Yo, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on, I cannot hear me. Okay, there we go. How's everyone doing? I am back from Fanime. Also, my lip syncing is not working correctly. What's going on? Yeah, you guys miss me? Just kidding. Anyways, we're gonna play some Paralives today. I've been waiting for this game for a very long time because I actually backed it for the longest time. Like 5.5, 6 years I've been backing it. Yo, what's up, Samantha? What are we doing? We're streaming. That's what we're doing. What are you doing? Alright, so starting town. I think we can make our own town, which is cool, but I'm not gonna do it yet. Maybe one day if I'm feeling spicy. This game already has mod support, so I can't wait to see what kind of wacky stuff people come up with. Oh, I just saw your message, Samantha. Thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. I need to get off my lazy butt and edit some more. But we all know how that's gonna go. So, in case you don't know what Paralives is, it is a Sims-like game. Well, it is a... How do you compare it to something? So, it is a... Let's just say a direct competitor to Sims. Because it is a simulation game, a life sim game. And I think he was born out of the disdain for The Sims 4 because it started getting created around 6 years ago at the height of The Sims 4 hatred. But it's its own thing. It's an entirely own entity. Oh, are we playing as this guy? Oh, okay, never mind. Like, cool, I'm a camera checker. Or a ticket checker. Sweet, I got a career. So this is kind of like Animal Crossing. If you've ever played the original Animal Crossing where you start in a train and you talk to what's that kitty's name? Meepy. I can't remember his name.
Meepy.
You heard the guy, Meepy. Alright, we're gonna make a new dude. I'm gonna try to be as goblin-esque as I can. Remember when if you ever saw me play Inzoi, I made an absolute monster of a goblin. Oh yeah, we're making a huge dude. Okay. I see what you're about. Body fat. We're gonna end up looking like a troll, kinda, I think. Just position? What does that mean? Wait, hold on. Can I take his clothes off? I know that sounds weird, but I promise you I have the best intention. Need to see his body. Oh wait, do I just click the... Ah, there we go. Now we can see what we're making. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Trapezius? Oh, that's the... Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, this is fantastic. He is a living billboard. You give him wide hips. And then just a narrow freaking chest. I hope we can change the posture. Okay, so that's the size. Shoulders back or shoulders forward? Let's go shoulders back. Pec side. Wait, you can have negative pecs? Oh my god. Yeah, look at him. He's flat as a board. Wait, hold on. Can we give him a dumpy? Oh. Okay. Okay. Muscles. Is that what I was just doing? Okay, yeah, so that's body fat. He's gonna be skinny.
Dicey Vim wants you to hydrate. Get to it, you thirsty bitch.
Thank you, Dicey. There we go. Thank you for the hydrate. How you doing, Dicey? Posture, yes. Oh my god, I was hoping there was a posture change. I want to make him a little bit more hunched over, though. Whatever. That'll do. That'll have to do. We're gonna go maximum body hair. Green body hair. Hello, destroy the universe. You're doing all right? Well, I'm good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. Is that it? Uh-oh. That's a preset. Aw, dang it. I just... Hold up.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Oh yeah, it's coming together. Dang it, did it just reset everything? It did. I was trying to pick hair. So we're gonna give him a mustache. What game is this? This is called Paralives. It's like a Sims game. Oh yes. Oh yes. When I first saw I never saw the videos for this the creator for the para creator. I think they're called paras. That's what the that's what these creatures are called. It's in early access at the moment, so we are gonna see glitches and general silliness. Yeah, I don't want to do. You're watching this on YouTube? I can, yeah, I see your YouTube username. I can do a custom skin color. Yep, we're doing that all right. We need some big old goblin eyes. He needs to look like he just saw the craziest thing. I want blinking to hurt for this creature. Are we all the way? We are not. We are not yet there. Jolly Green microbrewery owner. Maybe after we make him a monstrosity, we'll give him a name like that, like a hipster name. Hey, my name's Thaniel. Daniel Scrumpus. There's a silent F in there. Can I mess with the iris? Because if I can move the iris, I want to move the eye depth, eye fold height. Eye depth? What do you mean by eye depth? Oh my god. Yes. Bulge. Bulge the eyes. And then we're just gonna like flatten that thing. Gonna be like no nose existed to begin with. Am I gonna make, oh, I can try to make Fart Buttley, but the thing is I can't like get rid of facial features. Like if I could completely delete facial features, then yes. There might be a mod for that though eventually. Like if somebody mods in the ability to delete facial features, then yes, I will absolutely make Fart Buttley. Nose rotation. Oh yes. Oh yes. There there we go. There we go. Thank you, Dicey. Well, thank you for lurking. I appreciate you. Well, here we go. Is this what I was looking for? Ear position? Yeah, we're bringing those bad boys up. Nose, eyes. What I want to do is I want to mess with the... I want to mess with the, what you call it? Iris. What's up, Shadows? You got good news about your tarantula? Awesome. Well, what's the good news? Hi, Z. How you doing? Hello, Usagi. Yeah, this is what we could consider a Moglin. I don't know what this is though. What is this makeup that he's got on? Maybe it is makeup. In which case we're leaving it on. See the makeup. Oh, it's because his glasses are shoved into his face. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bright red lipstick. But no, we're not going with bright red lipstick. We're going with... Yeah, there we go. It's a kitsune, yes. Hello, how are you? Hello, opossum. Leave the lids of the trash off? Okay. I have no control over that because I live in an apartment. But I'm pretty sure they leave the trash can lids off, so don't worry. What is this? What kind of makeup is this? Wait, how do I change the secondary? Oh, wait, there we go. Dots. Didn't do exactly what I wanted him to, but good enough. Hola, Camille. ¿Cómo estás? Hi, Phoebe. What the hell is that? This is our character. But don't you like him? Oh yes. Oh yes. Look at that beard. That is a that is a sharp beard. Holy cow. Okay. I think we're gonna get rid of that. You can get rid of the eyebrows? Okay. Let's go. Thank you, Z. Appreciate it. You have a good rest of your night. I want to change his hairstyle. Clothing. You're not ready for personality yet. Every other stream of this that you see, there people are gonna be making like wholesome things, you know. Not me, not Slacker. Where's the gosh darn hairstyles? You can see in the bottom left corner what we started with versus what we have now. Oh man. Okay, no, that's not what I wanted. Is it under clothing? Where's the hairstyle? Body, face. Oh, it's the scissors, duh. Okay, so how do we make him bald? Bing, bang, bongo. That's the ticket. Should we go with something else? Yeah, let's go with the... We're gonna go... We're gonna go with the broccoli haircut. There we go. Oh, man. Okay, where's the... Here you go. Hair color. I think I want to do this. Yeah. Hey, Void. Hey, I can finally see your account, your blah, blah, messages. I'm good, Camille. How was your whole week without me? You guys miss me? Hair coverings? Not doing. Now this guy needs to have his hair out for the world to see. I can't do anything else with it though. That's it. Okay, that's fine. Tattoos. Yeah, we're gonna give him the the Sukuna prisoner tattoos for sure. How do I put it on the other arm though? Wait, oh, they only go on one arm? Oh man, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Oh, I can just put every tattoo. Okay. Okay. Yes. You can't even tell what they are anymore. just got a giant ink splotch on his face. Bro really went into the tattoo shop and is like, I'll have one of everything, please. Yes, Mr. Tattoo Man, put it all on the same spot. I don't care how stupid it's gonna look. I'm the one paying you. Actually, you know what I think we'll do? We're gonna say that he just really loves fruits. So I'm just gonna get rid of... And then on the chest. He just really, really loves lemons. Request a song. I don't have songs playing at the moment. How did the anime convention go? It went awesome. I got pictures, some pictures. I'll put them in the Discord for you guys to look at. Hi Aki, how you doing? How is Aki doing? Okay, so we got lemons on one. Grocery store man. Or should we just do lemons on every single one? Hold on. No, he's getting lemons. Man's just really loves really loves lemons. I'm gonna get like, you're never gonna let me back another game ever again after this. You know what? We're gonna move it too. We're gonna put it right. Oh wait, it says it might be cropped. Oh, so they don't care. They don't care. They're just warning me they'll get cropped. I think it's fine. I did have fun. Thank you. Thank you, Trix. Thank you very much. Hi, Smiley. How you doing? Okay, so got the tattoos done. I think, is there anything else I can do with his body? Okay, I think we might be ready for clothing. You know what I'm thinking? Instead of tall, I think I want to make him short. Yes, there we go. Oh, but it scales. Hold on, can I still make his hands big though? It scales it. Darn. Yeah, we'll leave him short. Yes, I remember you, Void. Yes. Thank you, Aki. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, I appreciate it. Very kind of you guys. Okay, so we're ready for clothes. Oh yes, we're going with those. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. That's what that is. That isn't clothing. This is clothing. Okay, you know what? Hold on. If he's gonna be short, then what I want to do... Hello there. I'm gonna make... Wait, it made his neck short again. Hold on. Gotta fix that. Hello, sorry, I missed that. Who played that? How you doing? Yo, Sisu! Long time no see. How you doing? What's going on, Brosif? No, trapezius is small. Where's the neck size? Hold on. Neck width? Oh lord. Oh lord. You can... He looks like... Oh man. Could have made like Beavis or Butthead. You can make their necks this skinny. Oh no, guys. Kinda wanna make either Beavis or Butthead. I've done too much. I've done too much. Now we're gonna leave it. You have awesome news? Hit me with it. What's up? Okay. I think we're just gonna move on into clothing. We've been doing this for too long. Jewelry? What can we do? Oh yeah, giving him hoops. Gotta give him hoops. No face mask. Buddy is patient zero of everything. Hats. Yeah, we gotta hide this monstrosity. Oh wow, they they made the mask form to his face. Buddy really said, nah, the hoops stay on under the mask. Hey, you get your bachelor's Hey, let's go, man. Awesome job, Sisu. Proud of you, man. That's freaking awesome. Well, congratulations. Okay. Nothing is I'm not gonna let anything cover that up. Okay, clothing. Shirt. Office worker. Hold on, he's got a necklace on that I do not want. Yeah, let's get rid of that necklace. Ooh, oh. We're giving him a choker. Yep. Yep. He's getting a choker. Okay, so we're gonna go for something like a little office-y. But at the same time, something that says, like, I could get a job in an office, but I'm also a fun guy. So we're gonna go with short shorts. Oh man. Swimwear. Tight pants? No. Full body out. Oh, we can give him a green screen outfit. A Mogus? They added a Mogus? And then, clown shoes. Wait. Oh. Okay. Now we're going with clown shoes.
Welcome back from the ad break. If you hate ads, consider a sub.
What's up, Bully?
or
How you
using your
doing?
Twitch Prime.
Hi, Smiley. How's it going? Nice heels. Should I leave the heels? Or should we leave the clown shoes? I'm torn. You know what? Nah, we're sticking. We're sticking with the heels. Nails, yes, please. I don't know what that is. Gloves, nah. Fishnet stockings, Yep. But they gotta be torn fishnet stockings. Okay, and I think that's it. All right, then we got one for formal. Sorry, I thought Kitty was trying to get out. Hey, Cam, what's up? Thank you, buddy. How you doing? What's up, Smiley? Okay, so can we change his shoes while he's wearing a Mogus? Oh. Really? Okay. We're not gonna do a Mogus then. Damn it, I really should have made Beavis or Butthead. Now I'm mad for not making Beavis and or Butthead. And this is, mind you, this is for formal. What game is it? This is Paralives. Sims-like game. Yeah, there you go. I think we're gonna go with swimwear. There we go. And then when he goes to the gym, no, shirt off. Gotta show off those tats. And then yep. And then for shoes, clown. At the gym, yo. Thank you, Cam. I'm glad you like him. And then for sleeping, Amogus. All right. There we go. And then let's just randomize his last name. Mustachio, yep. Yep, Mustachio. Oh, we can change his voice?
Aki?
Bichu. Lino?
Kine? Ah, muchitipu.
Can I, like, change the voice, like the pitch? Okay, vibe. Oh boy. Jester. Social. Good at making friends. Talent. Let's say music. Vegetarian, no. Sleeping habits. He's a night owl. He's out stalking his prey. Cleaning habits. He's neat. You don't see that when you look at this guy. Physique. We're gonna make him smart, creative, and charismatic. There we go. All right, this is our guy. Imagine him answering the door. He's like, Amogus. You got a rare color on your tarantula, metallic blue. Dang, let's go. Okay, these are the emotions. Pick reaction. Depending on their emotions at any given time, parafolks can pick new wants for short-term objectives. Snack, okay. Active wants are listed here. Select all your parafolk and the train conductor, okay? Oh, am I getting kicked off the train? Is this what this cutscene is? Like, you do realize it's not a ticket, right? That's just a CVS receipt. Pick when your together bar fills up, pick a conversation topic. Love of trains. Yeah. I love trains. Is he the imposter though? Look at him. Do you think he's an imposter? Here, eat this. The sandwich that's been sitting out for God knows how long. Wait, how does he eat? Like a storyteller? Ricardo Castillo, third. Storyteller that will bring more challenges Yes. More challenges. Let's do it. Why are his hands pitch white? I didn't see that. Or pitch white. Like blank white. Is anyone here a mechanic? No. I'll just jump off. It's okay. He is not the imposter. Don't worry. I mean, Aki, would you want this guy showing up? Ooh, why do I have two? Sorry, hold on. There we go. I didn't know that it was echoing. Would you want this guy showing up in his Amogus outfit when you knock on the door in the morning? Maybe. Hey, you just followed. Thank you. I appreciate that. Purchase a house. Okay, where can the abandoned lot between these two? Yeah, let's do it. Hello, kitty. I'm not ignoring you. I just can't see messages sometimes. Not all messages come through because of my chat app. Okay, so we need to build him a house. Click to enter build mode. All right, here we go. Okay. Walls. Actually, maybe we should do like some kind of a foundation. How did they do this? I want this like foundation that they got going on. You can only build in lots that you own. Don't I own this? Oh, is it because I can't connect to... Oh, I see. That's as far as I can go. Okay. Okay, we're gonna build him a little shack in the backyard then, of whatever this is. I can't see. Yo, what's up? Can I be your therapist? Sure, but I'm gonna give you only bad advice. Hold on one second.
I wish my birthday was on a happy day so all the slacker people could join in and cheer for me. LOL.
Okay, sorry, I'm back. Okay. Yeah, that's the best he can do. Thank you though, Cam. Well, that's as high as I can go. Okay. That's fine. All right, let's see. What do we got? Oh, yep. That's our door. That is our door. And also you can get really granular with like where you place things. But I'm just not very good at this. Thank you, Aki. And then let's do... Can I do like really long windows, like all the way up? Arched windows? No.
For the glory of chaos!
I also don't want to like not give him any light. There we go. He's got light. That's all he needs. Imprison him. That's the goal. How do I put the roof on? How do I put the roof on? Do I have to go up one? Oh, I do have to go up one. Okay. Give him a little silly witch hat roof. There we go. Like, everyone's gonna be like, oh god, who the hell moved into our neighborhood? I'm gonna have neighborhood watch on me before I know it. Masonry. Bricks? Sure, why not? It's like Chicken Little. Oops, what the heck? What did I do? Because the windows are glasses. Okay, and then go down. How do I... Where is the wall view? Sledgehammer. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to like find how to... I forget it. All right. Oh, we didn't paint the inside of his house. Whoops. Wall coverings. Yeah, good enough. He only gets those 2 windows, by the way. Tell you... You think this looks like a face? Even though there's a face on his door? Okay, so... I'm guessing adults can't sleep in cribs. Just a hunch that I have. We can give him a coffin? That's... I think we might end up doing that. Is there a, like a futon? There's no futon? Well, we'll just have to give him a regular bed. What is this? It's a crib. Okay, here we go. We're gonna give him
Akin Zero VA found 100 cents in the couch. Their cry of victory was.
Thank you, Aki. Thank you for the bits. Appreciate you. Hi, Claire. How you doing? Thank you, Aki. Okay, what is casing? Ah, yeah, there we go. Okay. His bed is just gonna be like here in the middle.
Star Princess
Akin Zero
225
VA
found
started a new
100
hype train.
cents in the couch.
Oh my god.
Their cry of victory was happy birthday, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. That was like 4 voices at the same time, so that scared me, but thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you all doing? Yes, we are getting this. Was that Star? I think that was Star. I think I heard Foxy say Star, so thank you very much.
Akin Zero VA
Happy
found
birthday.
100 cents in the couch. Their cry of victory was Slacky birthday.
Choo-choo.
Thank you, Aki.
Claire Montreth found 100 cents in the couch. Their cry of victory was choo choo.
Thank you, Claire. You guys are so kind. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna have to stick to the theme of weird, wacky colors. Because I love this little guy. This little thing. Maybe not. Where's the countertops? There we go. What is this? Oh, that goes on the wall. Okay. Yep, that's all you get. That's all you get.
Akin Zero VA just introduced someone to the couch.
Thank you, Aki. Thank you for the gifted sub. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of gifted subs. What the heck? Thank you. Thank you for the gifted subs. Oh, you guys are making this old fox happy. Thank you. And I'll tell you all about Fanime if you ask. I'm just not a very good storyteller, so you'll have to ask me about it. Can I not put... Oh, this is a wall sink? Wait. Okay. That's gonna be weird. And... toilet goes right connected to the bed. Why are they letting me do this? They should not be letting me do this. Okay, and then you get to a wall shower. He has to shower next to the stove. Need lighting in here, otherwise it's gonna be dark. Thank you for the 5 more gifted. Thank you, thank you. Goal hit. Oh my gosh, thank you. You guys are so sweet.
Akin
Thank
Zero
you.
VA found 100 cents in the couch. Their cry of victory was YAY.
No, Foxy, that's yay. Come on, you know how to read. And then when he wants to eat dinner, he has to go outside. There we go. I think. Oh wait, no. He's gonna need entertainment. He's gonna need entertainment. What's the worst TV I can?
Crying on my own tears after a huge howl to celebrate triumphing over Cry, lol. I hope we make it.
We will make it, buddy. You... What? What? Why is this? He's just got a giant old school TV. All right, let's go. I gotta shrink that down some though. This game is already ridiculous. At this size, oh, you want it bigger? Okay. All right. Fine. I'll make it as big as it can go. There you go.
Akin Zero VA wants you to hydrate. Get to it, you thirsty bitch.
Thank you for the hydrate. Woo! And that way he can watch TV on his giant CRT television while taking a dump. Okay. What's the next thing we need? So we got food covered, we got shower and toilet covered, we got bed covered. Maybe he needs a little bit of color in here. What are these? Are these? They're just flowers. Are there any weeds? Like dandelions or something? Just put some sunflowers. There we go. He's got some vines growing. Let's see what we got in terms of pictures. Oh wait, hobbies. Hold on. I forgot he likes music. We'll get we'll get him a triangle. He's gonna master the triangle. Okay. Decor. Oh, that's it, huh? Can I put my own pictures in here? Oh, man. Halloween. Y'all know your boy loves Halloween.
Sly, I love it. Just sneaky like my foxy self, but also clever, haha.
What did I just do? I don't know what I just did. I don't want to do that. Spooky. Here we go. Hold on. How do I move vertically? Yes. Okay. Here we go. Oh my god. I didn't need to like mod or anything. They're just letting me do this wacky shit out of the box. This is already better than The Sims. There we go. That's our bodyguard. She watches over. And I'll put a big spider here. How big can I make that? Ooh. Okay, now let's actually play the game. What's the game about? It's like The Sims. If you've ever played The Sims, then this is exactly like that. Okay. Find a job. Wonder what kind of job we can get in this world. Use phone. Find a job. Engine programmer. I don't think that's going to work for us. Music. Music therapist. Yeah, let's do that. Jog here. Okay, check out your bed. You like your bed? You like your place? Here, go over here. We're gonna dance in the street with some show off his muscles. Yeah, those tiny little muscles. Come on, this isn't dancing. There we go. Get it. Find a job with a higher rank in the music industry. Fill up fund need. Flirt with Roberto Robert. I don't know where that person is. Fill up fund need, I guess. Oh yeah, get it. Get it. Get it. Can I speed up time? Yeah, there we go. Oh, he's bored. Okay, never mind. Microwave can't. Huh? Got a stove though. Oh, he can't cook. Counters and cabinets. Okay. I need to get him a counter. I thought that was a counter, but I guess not. The game's like, don't be stupid. We're watching you. There we go. Cook pizza. Wait, single portion. There we go. You gave him, yeah, I gave him heals. The door honks when it opens. Okay, that's gonna get annoying. Angry? Are you angry? Random effect each hour. Oh, because he's a jester. Sure. Let's be angry instead of, you know, normal. Crunchy. The fridge in the door remind you the show Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Oh, yeah. The one that everybody was always like, oh, I'm so afraid of that. That's such a spooky thing. And I thought it was cool. I thought it was an interesting concept. I was never afraid of it. Mayor Gloomberg welcomes the Mustachio household and shares a list of activities to do around town. Okay, thanks. The Astronomy Club will observe a rare space phenomena. Join them tonight at the Mountaintop Park. Got it. Please stop with the graffiti. Oh, you just challenged me. I'm gonna make some graffiti. The lore behind it was insane. Like in a good way? Like is it good lore or is it like backrooms lore where everybody tries to put their own thing in it and it just gets crazy? Good way? Okay. Dude, how long does it take to make eggs? Holy cow. Come on. Select, okay. The goals menu? Claim reward. Collect 5 gems, mushrooms, or artifacts. Make a donation to the museum. Oh yeah, there's a museum, just like in Stardew Valley. So you can like donate stuff to it. I think my camera might be kind of messing up. There we go. That's better. Did you eat? Did he eat? I can tell. Okay. So let's go talk to some people. Yeah, right in the middle of the road. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what's about to happen to you. As this creature just saunters over to him. By the way, can you hear the game? Is it loud enough? It's a little quiet for me, so I think I'm gonna need to turn it up just a tad. Oh, no. Don't do that to me. There we go.
Chipate.
Yumi.
Epi.
Jime.
Kapu.
Introduce yourself in a funny way.
Mokin. Kapati.
Jime.
Lupi.
Seems fine? Okay, thank you.
Tika. Chip. Dubi.
Whoa, oh, hold on. Baddie alert.
Chibu.
Fibe,
Mika.
Mikitopino.
She's looking right over him. She can't even look at him.
Temeti. Makipati.
Lupito,
Puka.
Tifa,
Sachi.
Oh, shit. Trying to do one of the reactions.
Nino.
Lupi, Pikinamiti,
Sachi.
Kine,
Oh, hold on, I think I might need to... Ah, really? Bummer. You didn't have classes today? Oh, heck yeah.
Titobo,
Yeah, today was Memorial Day here in the States, so we didn't have nothing. No school, no work. It was great. But you also don't forget the fallen.
Piki.
Talking in the middle of the street. Hey, that's what I do.
Lupito,
When I see a new person, I just stop them right in the middle of the street to say hello.
Nubitupitu,
Dide.
Fibe,
Da. Spokitilo mi.
Mikit,
Okay. Introduce yourself in a friendly manner. 65%. That's only gonna work. Okay. Introduce yourself.
Fibe,
Chita.
Mikitopino,
Why are you sad? What's wrong?
Tito. Spivadi.
Is it because he's angry?
Titobo,
Chite.
Dimo, Baki,
Kapu.
Lome,
Chinepikete.
They're bonding over their chokers. Like, I got a choker too.
Okay,
Mapu.
You like my lemon-shaped head?
Cookie,
Mhm.
Mikino, Moritipo,
Gigipu.
You ever need a can open, just bring it over and I'll open it with my chin.
Mipe,
You can also use me as a pickaxe.
Mapu.
What's up, Danny? How you doing? This guy's just wandering the same block. What are you doing?
Mipe,
He's like going down there and then come back around.
Dubi,
What are you doing? What's got you smiling? Why are you so happy? Walking the same block over and over again. Tell me the joke. Why are you laughing to yourself? Tell me the joke. What's the joke? Not gonna tell me? Alright, fine.
Sachi.
Memo,
Da. Spokitilo mi.
Nubitu,
Has to be left alone, no? Brag about fulfilling what? Express discomfort towards the clown door. Yeah. Oh my god.
Dilo Nepo, Inoti,
Didu.
Memo,
Thank you. That scared me again.
Sochi.
Mino,
Fun. Oh, he's not having fun.
Piki. Kiku.
Lupi,
Okay, let's end this conversation. Let's go watch our giant television. The news. Bye, new friend. And we never saw her again. Can't. Does the TV not come with speakers? He doesn't like the news. You know what? I don't blame you. Here, watch some romance. You gotta brush up on your Riz skills. Sell the clown door? No. No. No, that thing is staying there. What are you talking about? Hi, Sophie. How you doing? You were missing the live streams? Aw. Well, I am back, Camille. Don't you worry. What do we got? We got the barber shop. You can visit the barber shop. It's a flower shop. Oh yeah, apparently there's quests we can go on. Vandalize? Oh, yep. Well, I know what we're doing. Can I spray graffiti? Can I tag everywhere? Contemplate. It is a cannon. Okay, are you good now, buddy? Eat a snack. You're full, though. Okay, whatever. Let's go vandalize. Come here. Vandalize that bench. Hurry up. Personality leveled up? I guess nothing. Pick one evolution for Thaniel to music. Wait, pick one evolution for talent. Music makes you feel better. Playing music for 2 hours unlocks a reaction to remove all sad emotional reasons that are less than 2. Happy tunes. Playing music for 2 hours unlocks a reaction that gives +2 happy every household. Now let's do this one. Selfish. It'll only work for me. What's up, Camille? What am I playing? This is called Paralives. Okay, hurry up. Go vandalize. Yeah. Yeah. Whack it with the crowbar. Hell yeah. I thought he was going to draw on it, but nope. Vandalize. This newspaper is too expensive. They keep making fun of my outfit. Let's see what else can we vandalize. Vandalize the snack machine. What's up, Camille? What's your question? Can I get snacks for free now? Mm-hmm. Daniel take what Daniel want. Daniel want free snack. What flavor are those? Are those barbecue chips? I hate barbecue chips with a passion. Possibly I have not had the correct, like the best brand of what do you call it? Barbecue chips, but I despise barbecue chips. Can't play the piano? Okay, whatever. Draw me, but in your new style. Go for it. Go for it. I would love to see what your new style is. Okay, what do we got? Daydream for 4 hours at the beach. I think everyone deserves a little break once in a while. Go enjoy one. Now. Design a website. My startup needs a new website. Could you code it for me? Do it yourself. Learn coding. It's not that hard. Literally, you can watch a freaking, what do you call it? Tutorial online. HTML is not that hard to learn. I mean, like PHP and Java, Those will be a little bit difficult to learn, but you could do it. What's up, Matt? Why do I hate them? Barbecue chips. It's like the ones that I have had, they've always like given me a headache. I don't know why. Like I said, I probably just like ate the wrong ones. I've only ever had Lay's barbecue chips, so that's probably why. But I hate them. Hi, Merlin. Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. I appreciate that. You're kind of sad because your girlfriend is moving. I'm sorry to hear that, Matt. Is she moving for school or work or what? What's going on?
Me 3RL1N wants you to hydrate. Get to it, you thirsty bitch.
Is it normal to feel sad when someone you love moves away? Is it normal for the sun to set? Is it normal for the wind to blow? Yes. All of those are normal. How's stream going? So far, so good. We created a little goblin fella. Right now, he's pondering his existence on the beach as some dude steps on him. And another dude works out. How were the last 3 days? I mean, I spent them at Fanime. Had a ton of fun. I spent an irresponsible amount of money. But it's all on cool stuff. I bought new Mikus. I bought some new decals for my car. That's really it. I didn't really buy too much. He's living the life. Oh yeah, he's living the life all right. He's got to sit here for 4 hours though for a quest. So I see this game does the same thing that The Sims does. Whenever there's like an empty lot and you go visit it, suddenly all the Sims run over and like follow you. I've always thought that was weird. But then again, that happens in real life too. New Mikus, yeah. I gotta show. I got pictures of them. Well, it's two new Mikus and then a model of Marin from Dress Up Darling. Dude, no, keep daydreaming. What are you doing? Is he done? Fitness is not progressing. Knowledge of improving one's body. This is knowledge, skill, improving skills under it will improve as well. You know, 9, 18 base. Angry and low needs. Oh, okay, I see. He's too angry to work out. Alright, well, I guess we can just go home. Wherever home is. Here, go sleep in your coffin. In middle school, she's moving 2 hours away. You won't be able to see her on weekends. Well, I mean, there's an old cheesy saying that adults say sometimes. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And also, absence makes the heart grow fonder. It's absolutely true. You know, you guys won't be able to see each other every single day, but the times that you do get to see her, just make sure that you make them extra special. And then one day when you guys are old enough to be around each other all the time, then you can reminisce about all those times. You can say to each other, man, remember when we couldn't see each other every day? And now we can. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Slacker in the Elsa costume. Oh, time for bed. He's in his Amogus pajamas. How do I drop the freaking walls? Photo mode. One floor down. There we go. Look at him. Yeah, let me turn that off for you, bud. Every day when your household is asleep, your storyteller lets you pick a story card. You can choose one of 3 story cards every night. For our first night, let's pick a new life goal. A big bonus from work. A surprise tax refund. Means you paid too much. Own a house worth $40,000. Own $1,000 worth of decorative items. Reach job rank 5. Earn a daily salary of $500. Get a guitar skill to level 5. Play guitar for 8 hours in total. Learn about music on the computer. Let's do this one, I guess. Oh, he's got to go pee-pee. Can the wall stop, please? Alright, Amogus, use the bathroom. He's making a mog poo poo. He's the impooster. Okay, Camille. The mog poo poo. Eat more egg and toast. It's all you know how to make. Nope, never mind. Barbecue tofu dog. I think you'd have to be an incredible chef to get me to eat something like a tofu dog. Can I tell Petey to stream? Hey Petey, stream. I don't know who that is. But if Petey's watching, then go stream, Petey. Your friend Duck wants you to stream. Train broke down. It could never happen, they said. Ephemeral art piece left overnight by anonymous artist. Check it out while you still can. Premium Gym offers free yoga classes. Gosh, we got work though, don't we? When's our job? Discover the town. Daydream. Oh yeah, we still got to do that. Here we go. Here's our job. Music therapist. Oh, I only work on the weekends. That's kind of lit. I mean, it sucks because, you know, you can't really do anything fun, but you got the whole week to just do whatever. Well, I mean, hey, you ask for advice, I give advice, so take it as you will. Cringe or not, it's the truth. I put a table outside. Go eat. Why are you standing eating over the counter like a loser? He eats like an old man with no teeth. He's just gumming those toasts. Here, play some triangle. There we go. It's so tiny, I can't click it. What's wrong? Oh, great. Is it in the wrong spot? Hold on, it's probably where he can't get to it. Okay, how about now? Dog. There, now it's floating. Can you get it? Maybe he doesn't want to do the triangle. Maybe he wants to do the guitar. Here we go. There, play the guitar. Yeah, just shove your arm right through it. Hello, Apple. Unfortunately, I do not have a translator in my chat, so I'm afraid I will not be able to communicate with you. But, hello, how are you? Okay, does it sound better? Sounds like it's getting a little bit better. Not progressing. He's too bored. You're playing the guitar. What do you mean you're bored? Alright, here, let's go to the beach and do some more daydreaming. See, look, there's nobody here. No one here. Watch what happens as soon as I get here. Everybody shows up too. Excuse me. They're all just watching me. You're too bored to just lay on the ground? Alright, talk to this person. Hello, Lily.
Fine?
My hair is the same color as your outfit.
Okay.
Yuppie.
Tuka.
Mhm.
Bipat.
I'm new in town.
Memo.
Chita.
No bitupitu.
Ça va?
Minu.
You want me to flirt with her? Dude, you just met her. Let's level up music. I don't know about you, but I really don't think we should be flirting with women that we just meet.
Yuppie.
Okay.
Makachipale.
Mm.
Fe.
Tell a joke.
Ichi. Moki.
Oh, wait, she's laughing. He's too bored to talk. Oh my gosh. Dude, you... You didn't even get fun from doing that? Destroy it. Got a cafe. Now hiring. We could work at a cafe? You know what? I think I want to work in a cafe instead of whatever the hell my job is. I haven't even gone to day 1 of my new job and I'm already quitting. Hey kid, get out of the street. Gosh darn kids with your Nintendos. Not qualified. Work experience and maintenance? Oh, shoot. Oh, I thought I could be like a cashier or something. They want me to be the janitor? Nothing wrong with that, but I wanted to be a cashier. What about this one? Can I work here? Janitor. Who are you? You got a quest for me? Let me guess. Somebody stole your sweet roll.
Kiku?
Uh-oh, she's got the hentai virus.
Puka.
Makachipali.
Bipati.
I challenge you to dance in public. Okay. That's
Oki.
really not hard.
Dide.
Challenge accepted. Where are you going? Oh, whoa, where'd you go? Where you going, buddy? Go home. Okay, smart. I don't know why you're taking the long way home. Okay, let's watch some TV before we go to bed. Sit on your toilet and watch TV. Honk. Um, turn up the audio a little bit more. How's that? Documentary. It might be really easy to make like TV channels. I remember in The Sims 2 you could download what do you call it? You could download like custom content, and one of them was like people who made their own like TV shows and news stations. Some of them were unhinged, a lot of them were kind of funny. Let's get some buffs. You gain a sudden motivation to work. 30% job performance for 24. We haven't even gone to work yet. +3 flirty and 25% flirt success. +1 charisma, mind, physique, and creativity. Let's get flirty with it. Do you think this is comfortable to sleep in? An
Welcome back
inflatable
from the ad
Amogus
break.
suit?
If you hate ads, consider a sub or using your Twitch Prime.
I feel like it might be comfortable in a way, but at the same time it probably is like really hot and sweaty in there when you wake up. Yeah, probably not. And then if the little fan that inflates it, like it like gets covered, it's going to deflate and then suffocate you in your sleep. Play guitar in a park. Yeah, let's do that. This guy's been talking about the same mushrooms. He's gonna get fired from his job. They're like, dude, you're not supposed to eat the mushrooms. They're just like really amusing. Oh yeah, I gotta start getting things for the museum. There we go. Put this in your inventory. And let's go to the park. Where's the park? Whoa, we can have beachfront property? Gee. Only I had known. Where's the park? Is there even a park here? Oh, there we go. It's all the way over there. Run. Don't walk, run. Look at him go. And that's in high heels too. Wait, I already fulfilled? I didn't even play guitar. Oh, that must be a bug. Okay, inventory. Place. How do I use it? Huh? How do I use my guitar? Can't use any of that. Get some quartz gems. Sure. Sure, I can go do that for you. Can I clean up this mess? Apparently not. Oyster. Eat at your own risk. Oh shit, what happens if I eat it? Oi, 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 oi. Oi, camera, stop. Okay. Hello, cows. Aw, these are fake cows. Oh, someone's there with you, huh? Who are you talking to? Yeah, they're having a conversation through like this dude's standing on this dude's crotch, and we're having a conversation through. Is this the best place to have your phone conversation? Huh?
Muki.
Rude ass.
Tuka. Bipati.
Okay, anyways, express feeling lonely. Say mean things. I don't even know my boss. Make a new friend.
Fine. Mipe. Okay. Lota. Stemeli. Imokiko.
He's doing it again. He's just having a phone conversation right in between us.
Juma. Muki. Opi. Ibuki. Mitu.
How do we flirt? Flirt as a joke. Okay, 26% chance. Oh, bummer.
Yeno. Mila fitafi.
She said, hell no. Boy, your chin's sharp as hell.
Phoebe? Chubi.
Even with heels, I'm so short, she just looks right over me.
Bupino. Mipot.
Friendly.
Nupi. Pikinamiti. Kine. Memo.
Okay, can we do it? Can we succeed at flirting? Oh, we did it.
Phoebe.
Oh, yeah.
Pupino. Lapi.
What's this guy's problem? He just will not leave me alone. Oh, what's wrong? You hit your head in the bathroom?
Nubi-tubitu.
Sochi.
Dubi.
There's something here.
Binch.
Romantic interest. Ooh.
Chipate.
Why haven't I been streaming for the couple days? I guess you weren't here when I announced it. I went to a convention, anime convention.
Bikipo. Nanipaki.
Lupitu. Cookie.
They bond by spending some happy moments together. Confess attraction. Oh, bummer.
Repete.
Oh.
Taki. Nipo.
She said, mm-mm.
No.
First kiss, 1%. Can you imagine if we got that?
Kine.
Mhm.
Ikaki.
Hmm.
Chutipo.
Kamiki.
Chepe.
Sochi. Lino.
Comfort.
Fine.
Yapi.
Mipe.
Makachipale.
Okay.
Yupi.
Dubi.
Being in the same room as someone using the toilet. What?
Ludokino.
Nokito.
They were here though.
Okay.
Sachi.
Tupi. Fine.
Kapu.
Mipe.
Pichonikone.
Okay.
Pek.
Dudi. Ni penny.
Mention loving spending time together. Do it. Yes.
Kiku.
Kibi.
Puki.
You were asleep in the Minecraft stream? Well, I also said it like a couple of times before that.
Miki.
At least a couple of weeks. It's okay. It's okay.
Lino.
Talk about a romantic song. Dude, really? 56% and I failed? Get out of here. Flirt with her? Yeah, we're doing that. We're flirting with her.
Moriti. Tupi.
Chipu.
Miki. Mipe.
Makachipale.
Okay.
Yup.
Ask to be in a relationship together. Oh, so close. Talk about having romantic thoughts.
Kibi.
Okay.
Hey, newspaper lady, can you piss off? I'm flirting. Go read your freaking classified ad somewhere else.
Baki.
You're bringing the mood down. Hint at physical intimacy. Dog, 60%. How am I like getting the 20% but failing everything above that?
Sachi. Lidu.
The hell are these freaking rolls?
Miko.
Miskufilu.
Sochi.
Pichu.
Gotten tired and is leaving. Okay, fair. He's tired of talking to us. Come on, buddy. Time to go home. It's okay. Don't worry about it. What matters now is that I'm back. Is there any quartz around here? Ooh, buried chest. Get over there. This better be gold. Look out, train's coming. Birds, insects, and flowers. What? Who put a bird in a chest? What the hell's wrong with you? Oh, it's a picture. Eat it. Going on vacation? Not yet. Not for a while. That was pretty much my vacation. What happens if I stand in front of the... Nothing? I'm immortal. Honk. What time is it? Oh, it's 11. Time for sleepies. +1 charisma, mind, physique for 24 hours. Temporary buffs. New life goals. Sure, we can reach job 5. And let's go. I'm gonna see if we can eat at that little cafe. Damn it, he beat me to it. Oh, this is the community center? Oh, it starts off as like a little hovel thing. Okay, I see. So it's just like Stardew Valley. Okay. Oh no, these crows are frozen in time. Oh my god, how many times did this guy die? Hugh Lee and Myra Maines have both died like 7 times according to these gravestones. Successfully flirt. Check social media. I didn't tell you to do that. Get over here. Okay, Amogus. Collect. Okay, then eat it. What is wrong with you? Fine, whatever. The shoes squeak? Oh, I should have made that his shoes for everything. uh... We have to donate computers? Okay. Can I still do it? Yes, I still can do it. Money bundle. No! I didn't mean to do that. Can I get a refund? Cake bundle. Mushroom bundle. There we go. Orsini and King Trumpet. We gotta find those. All right, let me see. There we go. Let's see. Okay. So we gotta find some paintings. Well, it's good to see that we have a goal in mind. Or a goal for the game. Hey, look, we found one. Stop it. People are gonna know he's coming from a mile away. Smell them flowers. You feel better? I guess we can go look for more things to collect. Buried treasure. Ooh. Mm, 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 mm. It sounds like those toys you shake them back and forth and go, I'm ending? No, I'm not ending. When did I say I'm ending? Cannonball. Yeah, these shoes are fantastic. Let's see. Oh, excuse me. Malachite. Get that. That reminds me of you ever seen that video of this little girl, she's like throwing a temper tantrum, but she's wearing squeaky shoes, so every time she like stomps her feet, you know, trying to throw a temper tantrum, her shoes squeak and then it ends up making her smile and she forgets to be mad. It reminds me of that. Oh, more iron. You just hear it in the distance. Reishi. Collect. See what else? Oyster. Hold on, if I eat this, will it fulfill my eating need? It does. Man, it's been littering out here. Jeez. I like that it's open world because you could just run over to people's houses. Just being a general nuisance. That's what I liked to do in Sims 3. I would just be a nuisance to everybody in the neighborhood. You hear him coming from a mile away.
Spaghetti me fe. Nico.
Introduce yourself in a funny manner. Oh, you're sad? What's wrong? Okay, we gotta make her not sad. Flirt as a joke? Yeah, I don't think that. Discomfort towards the clown. Dude, why don't you like your... You know what? Whatever. I'm not getting rid of the clown stuff.
Nemo. Buki. Nimopino.
This reminds me of having conversations in Oblivion. It's so tedious.
Buka.
Hello, peasants.
You keep scaring me with your freaking
Ubi.
ask if single flirty.
Ite.
Okay, talk about favorite love song. Come on, you can do this. Come on, man.
Okay.
There we go. She's not uncomfortable anymore. Tell a joke. How much longer am I going to be streaming? 3 seconds.
Mipe. Okay. Lota. Stemeli. Imokiko.
It'll be
Tipa. Mito. Icho.
for a little while longer. This was a later stream, and I apologize for that. And it's going to probably be a bit of a shorter stream, but I
Komiko.
had just gotten home.
Tiku. Yeno. Buki.
0%? Okay.
Kiku.
Talk about being hungry. Hey, I'm hungry.
Buka.
Flirt as a joke. Okay. 65%. We can do this. Come on. There we go.
Ipe. Gataki. Fibu. Chuma. Muki.
Personality upgrades are still being worked out. Okay, that's fine.
Muki. Miki ni. Molitipo.
Welcome back, Camille. Am I going to be streaming tomorrow? Let's see, what's tomorrow? Tuesday? Probably. We'll see. I'm leaning towards most likely. It just depends on what's gonna be going on with work and stuff. I'm happy to hear that, Aki. I'm glad that I have a relaxing aura going on. Live stream tomorrow? I just answered that. Maybe. Es posible. That'll no sé. Not yet, at least. Okay, hold on. Take a shower. Wait, he sleeps with his eyes open? That's freaky. Impact relationship. Your romantic interest for Bianca deepens. Sudden romantic interest for Sujin. Yeah, sure, let's go with that. Close your eyes when you sleep, you bro. Oh, he is closing his eyes. And they're just so wide open that they don't close all the way. You sleep with your eyes open? How do you fall asleep like that? Make Paris amused 4 times with your jokes? That's not happening. The clown fridge sticks its tongue out. That's funny. I just realized, I just saw that. You cook what I tell you to cook. Wait, what are you doing? You're floating on the door. Okay. Cool. Let's go. Where's that little cafe that I saw? Here we go. Visit. You're like a sleepwalker. I sleepwalk sometimes too. And it kind of scares people. But I'm a big sleep talker. What's that, Matt? Uh-oh, the new bitch is in town. Let's get a croissant. Croissant. Didn't I need chocolate cake for the community center? Confetti cake. You had your eyes open once and fell asleep while daydreaming? Not quite, but close. Some people do sleep with their eyes open. It is very disconcerting. Or disconcerting. Okay, so we needed confetti cake. You take in your pocket? Okay. I want to see if we can donate that piece of cake. Where is there? That's the greatest sound that they could have added. Donate. Betty cake. It's right there. It's in my pocket. Let me guess. I have to make it myself. Oh, that's so lame. Do I just gotta like make a slice of it or something? The sound. Oh, the screenshot that you took? Do people like it? Are they making fun of it? Are they like, oh my god, who is this weirdo? Sure. Where do I donate like minerals and stuff? Okay, so this is where I donate the mushrooms. The last one we have is King Trumpet, so I don't know where to find that. Let's visit the museum. Beginning to sound like those toy duck things that squeak when you push them. The ones that go. Those ones. Okay, we got a gift shop. What can I donate to the museum? Oh, whoa, hey, he was moonwalking. Oh, okay, let's see. Malachite. Iron. Here, take some cannonballs. Take this picture. Take this mushroom. Give me my money. This is 100 donation, 105 donations. Boy, okay. Yeah. Daydream for. Oh, I still got to do that one. Turi Chimi. What is that? Is that a board game? Oh, it's a puzzle. Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah. No. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, at least I think I do. Yeah. Show me the video. Amber. August. Hector. Where's that girl we were flirting with earlier? Let's talk to her. Oh, they're angry at each other. I know My Dress Up Darling. Yeah, I know that show. What's up, Camille? Oh, yes. Flirting in the bathroom is so funny. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I don't think I would very much appreciate this person I mean, let alone anybody approaching me in a bathroom area, but especially not this guy. It'd be kind of weird. You still use a translator? That's okay. I mean, I would hope so, because I want you to be able to, understand the streams and everything. You have 6 of the manga series? Oh, so you really like that show. Share need to go to the bathroom. Yeah. That's definitely what you need to be telling to a person. Here. I'm gonna use the bathroom. What are you doing, dude? Okay, when you're done, let's go talk to her. Yo, what's up, Guapo? Is there a problem with that? I mean, if there is, then you got your own beef. I did not say a word about it. Yeah, I like I like manga about a cosplayer girl getting dressed up. So what? Want to fight about it? Dude, talk to her. What is this guy doing? Too embarrassed. Oh. I talked about pissing and now she doesn't want to talk to me. Cool. What about you, Cindy? Do you want to talk to me? You can't take this guy seriously. You hear him running towards you and you just hear meh, 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 meh. Ask about her job. What do you do for her work? You are unemployed. Sucks to be you. Ask if single, flirty. Are you single? That's literally all he did, is just raise his eyebrows. Comfort. Make her feel good about talking to you. Maybe you could also talk to her about why you have nothing but lemon tattoos.
Cookie. People. Beautifuliku. Tuka.
What is with you in the clown doors, dude? Can I am not selling those clown doors. Oh, off to work, huh? Your bathing suit? He's off to his job as a musical therapist at the hospital. Oh, you what? You didn't say anything weird, Camille. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what kind of hospital's uniform is a bathing suit, but I don't think I would want to work there. Wait, the train goes... Hold on. The train goes along this thing and goes inside of here? What is this? Why is my coffin... Why... What? Why is my furniture over here? What is this? Hold on. Is that something I can report? Where's the bug report? No bug report thing. That is very strange.
Yikes forever.
Yikes forever? What is that in reference to? What did I do? $250 buckaroos. And we got an upgrade point. Upgrade rank 2. Gain $175 today if it's Sunday. No. Gain $10 a day per job rank in current position. Well, we're only rank 1, so I don't think that'll work. Let's go to rank 2. I like that it gets quiet when you walk slowly. Just imagine he's sneaking up on you, and all you hear is wah, 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 wah. A big bonus from work. Yeah, give me that money, baby. 2,000 clams. Let's go. Watch TV with friends? No. Level up music knowledge. Amimir. Me 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 me. Me 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 me. Oh god, I shouldn't have done that. Excuse me. Oh, he just decided not to. Okay. Chocolate muffins. What was that? Someone just knocked on my door? Oh, you burnt the muffins? They still look normal, though. Let's play some guitar, shall we? Play Wonderwall. Thank you. You ever play 2 songs at once on the guitar? Works in 1 hour? Okay. Here, watch some TV before you go to work, because you look bored. Okay, bye. Another upgrade point. Piano at the workplace. Piano skill slowly improves while at work. Rank 3 or... Now let's do the piano one. That sounds cool. That'd be nice to be able to get piano skill while working. What's everyone doing out so late? Oi, what was that? Something just broke. You like the shoes? Alright, time for sleep. Next bank statement will have a surprise discount. Gain an intense drive to work. Okay, sure, let's do that. Yo, what's up, Bully? How you doing? A little tired? Yeah, it is getting late. I feel ya. Now let's try again with the muffins. Don't fail it. Damn it, dude. You suck at this. Alright, use the bathroom. Okay, stop watching TV. Sopito de pollo. Chicken soup? Hablo español, pero muy poquito. Not a lot. Not a lot of Spanish. And my grammar is terrible. Oh, bye. Oh, wow. He gets a lot of piano skill at work. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Rank 3, vacation day. Increases by $3 per day per workday completed without taking a vacation. So you get a lot of money. Should I do rank 3? I think I'm gonna take that. I don't think he ever has taken a break from work. It shouldn't be too difficult. What are you doing while you're working out? Be flirty. Ooh, he will do that. Let's get flirty. And we'll go find some of those people that we've been flirting with. A tropical glup glup. Well, you have to tell me where to find them first. Because we mostly have Mexican drinks and snacks here in California. I don't know about Ecuadorian ones. I mean, probably. Maybe if I go to... We have a place called World Market. Maybe if I go there, maybe I can find it. Though they're a little bougie. So maybe not. But we'll see. Alright, let's go find some people that we've been flirting with recently. Wait, hold on. I got a phone, don't I? See, can I just call him up and invite him over? Let's see, who do we want to flirt with? How about the person we talked about P with? Coming? Where are you? Here, I'll go dance in the street so that she can find me. Oh, there she is. She's just walking right past. Ooh. No thank you. Oh, never mind. Oh, really now? Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Okay, come on, you can do it. Don't fail. Ooh, ooh, that was close. Almost didn't make that. Take me to Ecuador. Are you gonna show me all the you gonna show me around? Give me all of your snacks? Where's the first place we would go if you were to show me around Ecuador? Compliment personality. You can do it. Come on, don't fail. Oh, there we go. She likes me. You know what it is? I think it's the dumpy. It's the dump truck. This guy's rocking a dump truck, and it does it for her. I just realized that the front door of the pharmacy got... Oh, wait, no, never mind. I was going to say it got boarded up ever since I moved next door. Make her some food. Oh, she's liking us. Okay, let's make her some eggs and toast. Oh, let's make her some pizza. Nothing is more romantic than frozen pizza, am I right? This is your bank statement for the last 6 days. $37 in taxes, $229 in electricity. Is it because I keep leaving the TV on? It's probably because I keep leaving the TV on. Am I chichon? What is that? What is chichon? I'm not going to say yes or no to that. Make me try Ecuadorian sweets? Well, you don't have to make me do nothing. Just show them to me. Just be like, hey, try this. I'll try it. I have an open mind. Is the pizza done? What's the best snack I should try? What do you think I would like the most? Right, your turn. Come on, eat. Can I make her eat? She's stuck? What's going on? Okay, well, I don't... Hey, bless you. I guess they're technically having a conversation. We're just gonna flirt. Flirt the whole time. Confess attraction. Do it. Poor girl hasn't had a single slice of pizza yet. I think she's bugged. They're not actually talking or anything. They're just sort of standing there.
Welcome back from the ad break. If you hate ads, consider a sub or using your Twitch Prime.
What is going on? Okay. Oop. Uh-oh, do I need to move the... Oh, they're going into his coffin. Yep. She immediately... She's like, nope, I'm out. Nope, I can't do this. I'm not banging in a coffin. Sorry, bro. Oh, man. Forever alone. Poor guy. Oh, well. There's always next time. Oh, hey, there's finally music. It's been quiet this entire time. Alright, well, let's sleep, I guess. Promotion. Give me that promotion, baby. Repair knowledge slowly improves while at work. Yes. Don't ever do that again. Do you understand me? Listen to me. Don't ever do that again. Unless it's spooky season, of course. Then you can do it all you want. I felt my frickin' heart jump into my throat. What is it with you playing all the damn screams? Damn it. Okay. For a second there, I thought he was about to play through Fire and Flames. There we go. All right, I think I want to solve at least one of these quests or whatever they are. Let's go try daydreaming again on the beach. Yeah, when it is spooky season, you guys can play all of the jump scares you want in an attempt to scare me. So when I'm concentrating and my guard is way lowered, please refrain. Please show some self-control. Yo, thought this was Fern for a moment. You're drinking Polish beer? Oh, jeez. Hey, what's up, Aku? Thank you. How you doing? Thank you, my friend. Do more daydreaming. I want to get that quest over with.
Akumuvok just introduced someone to the couch.
Thank you for the gift sub. Appreciate it. You guys have been so nice to me today. It's enough to make me want to cry. But how have you been? How have you been, Aku? I was gone for like 3 or 4 days, so I wasn't able to. There we go. Quest complete. So I wasn't able to like be around much. Oh, she's at home. Okay. Slay the Spire too? How is that? From what I've seen, it looks interesting. I'm just not very good at like those real-time strategy games. The middle of the world? Huh? What do you mean? Take me to the middle of the world? You enjoyed it because you played it with a friend. Oh yeah, you can play for you can play 2-player on that one, huh? Wait, there's a thing here. Collect those. Stop. You need these for the museum. you just call me pretty? Well, thank you. All right, Aku. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Ecuador is home to the middle of the world. located in Quito. Is that how you say that? Quito? That sounds pretty cool. There's a place, I think it's here in America. I don't know where it is, but apparently there's like this weird, it's like this acoustically weird spot where you can stand far apart from each other, but still hear each other talk. That doesn't really have anything to do with what you just said, but it made me think of that. It's, I want to go there and check that out. Talk to her, gosh darn it. Why is she running away from me? I don't want him to be in here for too long because I don't want him to see what a real house looks like. Where did she go? Wait, did she go to work? She probably went to work. Oh boy. Can I sleep in her bed? I can sleep in her bed. Hey, Charlotte, how's it going? It's okay. I haven't been here in like 3 days, so don't worry about it. You haven't missed much. Sopito de pollo, if I can speak a few words in Spanish. Ooh, you're gonna have to tell me what I should say. I'm not good at doing it on the spot. I usually can just say that, like, I only know a few words. No sé muchas palabras. It's about as much as I can say. ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Thank you, Charlotte. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Just sleeping in somebody else's bed. This is so weird. She's gonna come home. I think she went to work. She's gonna come home and be like, you mind not sleeping in my bed, you weirdo? For the next day, everyone will want to be Thaniel's friend. 30% job performance. No, let's make everybody want to be my friend. Yeah, that's the only way that this guy is going to make a friend. Is through a cosmic deity forcing it on him. That's okay. You don't have to apologize for not being at stream. Don't worry about it. Well, I will try to say more Spanish words. It usually only happens out of the blue. Suddenly I'll remember a Spanish word and I'll say it. But how you been, Cake? What's up, Shattered? Yes, it is my birthday. I'm an old fox. Did she ever come home? Dude, I think I scared her out of her own house. I think this is my house now. Yeah, you can draw, Slacker. You can draw 'em. I'm not gonna say no to that. Have fun. Kind of good, kind of not really. I'm sorry to hear that. It has been kind of weird times lately.
Hi.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome. Thank you, Shattered. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Okay, how much longer do we need it? Where is she, dude? This is really weird. I tried to talk to her. She ran away, and now I've just been in her house all day. I'm just like, I'm not leaving until I talk to you. She's probably calling her neighbors. Is that weird guy still there? And they're like, huh? He's sleeping in your bed. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna be gone for a couple days. Hey, what's up, soccer? You just followed on Twitch because now you have it. It's very difficult to set it up. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Oh, there she is. Haha. Hey, what's going on? Oh, oh, hey. Who's this guy? Someone you're not telling me about? Hmm? Husband's like, who is this weird goblin in my house? Samantha, or whatever her name is. I don't think it's Samantha. It's Cindy. Cindy, who is this weird man in my house? Get him out.
Sachi.
Kiku.
Da, spokitilo me.
Mikenimiche.
Maki.
Sipo.
Yeah, sure, let's be good friends.
Ipe.
Upi.
I was in your house for like 5 hours today, but sure, yeah, I'll be your friend.
Stem.
Complete. Yes, there we go.
Nino.
Kiku. Mikenimiche.
Sachi.
And now that I've completed the quest,
Chechu.
Da,
I will now leave and go to my own house. Bye. You will never see me again. Her husband goes into bed. He's like, oh God, why does the bed smell weird? It smells like 7-day-old food. Hey, look, it's going blep. Bleh. Yeah, what's up? You just got home from school? All good. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Did I miss something? No, I didn't miss something. You're just yelling at me. Encebollado? Encebollado. That sounds good. What is that? That sounds like cebolla, like onion. What's up, Sopita? ¿Qué? ¿Qué necesitas? Oh, stop it, you. Thank you, though. You're too kind. Free $100 coupon? I will take that. Thank you very much. Yeah, can you imagine living somewhere where they just give money away like that? A very, very famous dish in Ecuador. Ooh, what's in it? Does it have spicy meat? Because you know I love spicy meat. Is that lorem ipsum text? It is lorem ipsum. Come on now. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate it. It only works for some people and not for others. I don't understand why. It's a very finicky system. Draw my Oh, you want to draw Foxy too? Yeah, go for it. Be my guest. You can draw Foxy all you want. The only thing you can't do is sell that art because I do not own the rights to Foxy. But yes, you can draw Foxy all you want. Flirt with Rose? Okay. Sure, we'll flirt with Rose. But we can't, though. Now we can. It contains broth, fish. Ah, so it's like a fish stew? You forgot you had sparkling water in the fridge? Oh, what flavor? I have a favorite sparkling water, and it's what I drink so that I don't overdo it on caffeine. But it's a cherry flavored sparkling water, and it is very good. If I didn't have it, then I would probably just drink nothing but Red Bull all the time. So it's a very important that I get this water. Don't ask where this toilet connects to, by the way. Nobody knows. Okay, what are some crazy shenanigans we can get up to today? We got another quest. Let's go take on a quest. Make a new friend? Yep, we'll do that. You don't like fish, but when it's cooked in fish stew, you can happily eat it. You know what's funny is I'm kind of a little bit of the opposite. I love fish, but sometimes fish stew is a little. Could you eat at Creme Cafe and give me a review? Sometimes I'm not a big fan of fish stew, but I think what it might be is it depends on how much of a fishy aroma it has. If it's too fishy, it kind of like ruins it a little bit for me. Where's Creme Cafe? You're gonna be gone tomorrow because you got a class trip? That's okay. Enjoy your class trip. You can join the next live. So don't feel bad about it. Pineapple, mango, peach. Ooh, tropical. That sounds very good. Okay, so they want me to eat here and then leave a review. I guess I'll have a club sandwich. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Even though it contains fish, it doesn't smell like fish at all. Well, that's good, because yeah, if it doesn't smell fishy, then yeah, you got me on that one. I will definitely try it. Like one of my favorite fish dishes is ceviche. I love ceviche. And my favorite thing about it is the lime. I'm a sucker for lime and garlic. Lime and garlic are probably my two favorite, like, what would you classify them as? Secondary flavors, I guess? Because it's like an accent flavor. I don't know. It shouldn't be like the main focal point of the dish, but it, you know. Okay, how do I leave a review? Use phone. Find a job, order, play video games, social media. How do I leave a review? Oh, I have to eat 3 meals. Okay. Sure. I'll have.
Ikaki.
Mm,
Chepe.
I'll have a banana muffin. That sounds good. You have a class trip every Wednesday. Oh, that sounds like fun. Where are you going? Hey, bud. You're being kind of awkward. You mind getting away from her while she talks on the phone? Hey, ma'am, you can't be back there, ma'am. You're not supposed to be back there. That's for employees only. Also, you guys got milk spilled. The health department's gonna be all over that. You gonna clean that up? No? Okay. Got a bunch of orders nobody's picked up. And only 2 people in here. The other employee is on the phone. Yeah, this place is not doing too well so far. Yeah, I just want you to know that my review's not going to be too good of this place, okay? You don't care, do you? Yeah, you're just on the phone with your friends. At least the food looks good. I mean, I could fuck up this bagel sandwich for sure. So far, I'm not liking what I see, though. Bathroom looks clean. Kitchen looks clean, I guess. Are you cooking the bread, though, in a conventional oven? Oh, no. Is that possible? Don't you need, like, a special bread oven? Coffee. Yo, what's up, Voodoo? Can I leave a muffin out back near the trash can? Right here? I'll just, what I'll do is I'll leave the door unlocked back here for you. And you can just get in and get it, okay? The teacher doesn't tell you? Do you at least have fun, though? Because that's what matters. Hi, Jennifer. How you doing?
Phoebe?
Hello, Chirp.
Nikoni poni.
Nikki?
Yes, we can be good friends.
Kapu.
Mipe?
Ibiki tepe.
Okay.
Mapo.
Phoebe?
Kapu.
New Together card. Introduce yourself in a friendly manner. You're guaranteed to make friends with new parafolk. Pairs that you've met in the last 24 hours gain +1 happy when talking to you,
Jimmy.
and +0 amused when cracking jokes with you. Why +0?
Ibiki tepe.
Fito.
Mapo.
Let's do first impression.
Chita.
Botiko filu.
Safa.
Pichu.
Pefi.
Talk about music. Did I not, wait, who is it? Is it the other person? Is it her that gave me the quest?
Kine.
Hmm.
Ikaki. Mucho tipo.
Just hard to make friends in real life or in the game?
Ikete.
Thank you, Jennifer. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Kebeki. Sipottimo.
Fipana.
Jimmy.
Kaki.
Kite?
Real life? It depends.
Makachi pali.
Fito.
The best way to make friends with people is to find a common interest. Oh, hey, let's flirt.
Nino.
Memo.
Oh, we're getting flirty. Better not fail. Oh, you suck. But yeah, I'm not kidding though. Find something that you're both
Memo.
generally interested in,
Muritubitu.
and then
Sachi.
talk about that.
Boka.
Or if you have nothing in common,
Nino.
let them talk about their own interests.
Tiku.
Yopi.
Dubi. Bibichi. Ludokino.
Have I ever played God of War? I played the first one,
Phoebe.
but I never beat it.
Pichi. Smoky.
I would probably play another God of War on stream though.
Kapu.
Mipe.
I just
Pate.
you know, you just gotta tell me if what you guys would want to see,
Kiki.
like which God of War you would want to see played.
Sachi?
Tupi.
Phoebe?
Wouldn't let you bring back a soft and comfy couch? What do you mean? Like you're just gonna?
Nuni?
Holy shit!
Niki. Skibilemite.
Sachi?
Ay, mi corazón.
Kaki?
That scared the shit out of me. Don't do that.
Kolkilo?
Pupinu. Bime.
It legitimately sounded like a knock on the door.
Lome.
Kichonikone?
Tuli.
Peki?
Oh, I hate you so much.
Mapi.
Do I have a favorite game?
Chuki?
Probably the Fallout series. It got you too, Aki.
Chibu?
It's so evil, especially since it's like this late at night.
Pichu.
Phoebe?
Oh, hey.
Sachi?
Kiki.
Spokity?
Sorry, I'm not gonna talk to you no more. My girlfriend. Where are you going, dude? What are you doing? Did you just telepathically kiss her?
Lino.
Yapi?
Hupi.
Makachipali?
Tiku.
Yupi?
Moni.
You and the others wanted to bring him back, but they said it wouldn't fit on the bus. Oh.
Chomi.
Sachi?
Maybe you guys can all pitch in and buy a soft and comfy couch from the from IKEA.
Mapo?
Kiss her. He can't even reach her.
Boca?
Kiki.
Ah, si Bopino.
Nuni Pukitu.
Chimi?
No known family.
Aha.
Ini.
Are you an orphan?
Loki.
Nino?
Lupi. Pikinamiti.
Nino?
Niki. Kitopi.
Tupi?
Niki.
Skipa?
I don't know, ladies. Does this do it for you?
Safa?
Ni.
Fishnet stockings and clown shoes?
Phoebe?
Ite.
Nipo? Ah,
Ini.
Tipitika?
Loki.
You don't know what my pants look like? Oh, hold on. I'll show you.
Muka?
Butikufilu.
Sachi?
I
Pichu.
will show you my pants.
Phoebe?
Don't take that out of context.
Bikipo? Chenepeli?
Kamiki.
Nuni?
Sochi.
There you go.
Memu.
Oh, you can't see.
Fibe. Mikitopino.
Sachi?
Lapi.
Pefi?
You don't think there's an IKEA in Australia?
Lupitu.
Sipo?
I thought IKEA was international.
Pipo. Kite.
Ipe?
Nupi.
Nikoniponi?
Fito.
Chipo?
There we go.
Moni.
First time you've seen Full Slacker?
Nipono.
Bikipo?
Chomi.
Kine?
Well,
Phoebe.
it's the only...
Tupi.
Kapu?
Uh-oh.
Yuki.
Ibikitepe?
Timi.
Mapo?
Dubi.
Waterdo didn't like that. Hold on.
Ludokino.
Nokito? Sachi?
I think Waterdo wants to go to sleep, guys.
Fibe. Mikitopino.
Sachi?
Lapi.
Luchi?
Chito.
It just straight up crashed.
Yumi.
Hitori?
Hold on, sorry. It's Waterdo crashed. I gotta restart it.
Chito? Dide?
Fibe.
Ah, Spok? Didu?
Fibe.
Miko?
Mikitopino.
There we go.
Sachi?
Lapi.
Never seen IKEA in Australia? Huh.
Fipana?
Okay, that's interesting.
Lupitu.
Iko?
Tife.
Not even in any of like your bigger cities?
Lome.
Chinepikete.
Tuli.
Ipo.
Is Kempsey a small town,
Bupino.
small city?
Riponono.
Ikipu.
Chumi.
Chepi.
Baki.
Kapu.
Lome.
Ibikitepe.
Tuli.
Map.
Was it a jump scare? Is it because I appeared out of nowhere?
Mikino.
Boo.
Moritipo.
Gigipo.
Kono.
Fefi.
You know, it's funny though, as I have not even set foot in an IKEA though. I've never even been into one. Kempsey's a very big city. I don't know much about Australia, sorry. I've only got 2 friends from the area.
Dive.
Has to be in a relationship. Yes, do it. Ooh, that almost failed.
Meka.
Hmm.
Chipekinu.
Dibakatina.
Yes. Yes, we got a lover. IKEAs are fun.
Kapu.
Are the meatballs as good as they say that they are?
Ipo.
Because people are always going on about the meatballs.
Riponono.
And then I feel like I kind of want to get a blahai
Sebopino.
Bruni pokito.
because people are always talking about how cool they are.
Piki. Temeti. Makipati.
You never tried them?
Pito.
Puka.
Dive.
Didu.
Kiki.
Miko.
Bruni pokito.
Sochi.
Tupi.
Say I love you. Say I love you.
Puki.
Mifuna.
Kiku.
Lupi.
Yeah, that's right. Hi, Kitsune.
Kine.
3 friends from there, including. Oh, yeah.
Mm.
You are correct.
Didu.
I got 3 friends from Australia. Actually, 4. Because now I'm starting to think about it. Now I'm starting to remember where some people are from. Yeah, I got 4 people from there. Propose? Dude, you just... Okay. Invite her to move in? Holy cow, we are taking things very quickly. Mr. Duck Shoes here already wants to have a child with her. You left the TV on again, dude. The electricity bill is going to be expensive. Jeez Louise. You're almost done with the drawings? Oh, kick ass. Are you in the Discord server? Because if you're in the Discord, you can put them in the drawing or the art corner if you want. You don't have to. Only if you want to. You're not, but you have Discord? You know what I don't have on the stream right now? Hold on one second. I do not have... Don't have the Discord. There you go. Change the font. Oh, that looks so stupid. Here's a good spot for this, like right here. put it like right there. Boom. You can tell me if you can read that or not. What's up, Camille? A big rank increase at work. Ooh. And I'm just flying through these work ranks. Who's the man? What is the Discord name? What is the Discord? Slacker's Treehouse, I think. I don't have it memorized. Yeah, Slacker's Discord. Or Slacker's Treehouse. So when you see that, you can join it. Oh. What is that? You'll have to explain what that is to me. We are, you know what? I'm looking at the time now, and I am going to, yeah, I'm gonna have to wrap things up here. Because we're getting kind of late. So we're hitting my normal time anyways. So I'm gonna go ahead and, you don't see the Discord at all? Did you type in that? Here, hold on one sec. For whatever reason, the invites don't work the way I want them to. Second. Why does that have? Okay, let's see. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. Here. That is the invite code for Discord. So use that. If the link doesn't work, there's a link right down there underneath me. Oh, wait, you guys are on mobile. What am I doing? Hold on. Discord. Oops. Put it up there. Now you guys can see it. There you go. Yeah, so you can go ahead and join from there. But yeah, so that is gonna have to be where I end for the night, because we are at my normal, regularly scheduled stream ending time. Let me get him. Okay, there we go. So we can save, and I'm going to thank you, Aki. Thank you so very much. So yeah, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. Thank you for coming out and celebrating with me. And had a lot of fun with you guys. Sorry that the stream started a little bit later than usual. I might be back tomorrow. Kind of leaning towards yes, but I have to see how things go with work and everything. Thank you. Buenas noches. You guys all, please take care of yourselves. Have a good sleep. I'm gonna go ahead and raid out. So TikTok people, have a good night. I'll see you guys later. But Twitch peeps, hang out, and we're gonna go raid somebody. We got other people playing Paralives. Do we want to watch more Paralives, or do we want to? I think I might raid another Paralives player. This person. I guess not. Okay, let's find a friend then. Somebody's playing Phasmophobia. Ooh, that might be spooky. Let's go raid Dicey. Dicey is playing some board games. That should be fun. Alright, everybody. Thank you for being here. I appreciate all of you guys. Have a wonderful night. Please take care of yourself. For my birthday, you're gonna give me mangoes with salt and lemon. Oh my gosh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, I'm heading out, Sopita. Voy a mimir. Me so sleepy. Thank you, Cake. All right, you guys have a wonderful night. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.